Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for taking time to join us in today's session. I hope we've all had a beautiful morning and we were eagerly waiting for today's session. So, if you've just joined us or if you're here with us to confirm your presence, just drop your name in the chat section. I can only see my colleague in the chat section. So drop your name in the chat section. Tell us um, what's your name, where are you joining us from? If you have a business, what is the name of your business? What are you dealing with? All right. So let me just give our session is supposed to start at 2 p.m. So I'll give 5 minutes as we wait for others to join and for some bit of introduction. Okay. So just introduce yourself in the chat section. I think there's a problem with my camera. Just give me a second. I see it's a bit blurry. So just hold on. I think that should be better right now. Okay. So yes, I was saying, so if you've just joined us, please feel free to introduce your name in this, to introduce yourself in the chat section and tell us where you're joining us from. So I'm joining you from Kenya personally. My name is Berry Lokwach and I'm your facilitator for today's session. Our name is Amarachi. You can already see her in the chat section, the one with the blue spanner next to her name. So let's get acquainted with each other. Afiba is already here. Hi, Afiba. How are you? From Accra, Ghana. Afiba, do you have a business? Or what are you dealing with? If you have a business, what's the name of your business? Do you deal with products or services? Just let us know. You never know, you might have one of your clients here or future partner. Lydia has also joined us. Lydia from Ghana, and I'm a student. Hi, Lydia. It's nice to have you here. Oladipo has also joined us at Zipper's Delights. At Zipper's Delights, that sounds like the name of a business. So, what do you deal with? And hi, thank you for taking time to join us. Hadia Alipra from Hapdia Enterprise. You're from Accra, Ghana. Hi, Hadia. So really, it's really nice to have you all here. I'm so sorry, the slip of the tongue. So we're around 14 of us, but I can only see a few introductions. So if you're here, please introduce yourself. Tell us where you're joining us from. Oh, we have someone from Zimbabwe. Emily Mudzivo. Welcome, Emily. So you're just near here. You're near me. And then Afiha, I bid and sew. That's nice. Hadija Lawan. My name is Hadija. I'm a CEO of Fuhab General Enterprise from Nigeria. And then Oladipo also says from Nigeria, sales of phones. So that's really nice. I probably need a new phone. Mine has a really bad camera. So if you do deliveries, maybe we can talk on the side. Okay. Lorinda from Accra makes cakes and desserts for all occasions. So I had given up some bit of, some few minutes to have more and more people join us before we start. Just before we start, I'll repeat my name. My name is Berry Lokwach. I'm joining you from Kenya, and I'll be taking you through today's training. So if you can see my screen, if my screen is clear from your end, and if you're ready for us to start the session, please drop me an emoji and give me a prompt to proceed with the session. You can interact with my colleague Amarachi. You can already see her welcoming you in the chat section. I also have my other colleague on this call. She's broadcasting this training. Her name is Sandra. You're not able to see her, but she's here to ensure that the session goes well. Awiti is already ready from Ghana. Awiti is ready. Lydia is also ready. Who else? Who else? The only two people who are ready for us to start the session. Who else is ready for us to start this session? Right? I like us all to be on the same page. So also before we start, remember to be very interactive. I love an interactive session. Drop your name in the chats. If you have any question, Drop your questions as we move along. If you have any inquiry, you want me to repeat, go back to our previous slide, please feel free to let me know. Emily, ready. Heather. Hi, Heather. I love that name. Afiba is also ready. Okay, so we are 6 minutes in. I think I'll start this session, but before I start, I'll just welcome Chidiebube. Blessing from Nigeria. I'm a social media manager and crypto enthusiast. Nice. You're into crypto. Crypto, that's really nice. All right. Oladipo, hi. Okay, so we'll start our session. What we're going to learn today is how to create your digital marketing plan. And there are three things that we'll cover. So by the end of the session, I want us to, when we revisit, probably just look back at the content that we've gone to. We'll all have an understanding of these three things. The first thing, what is digital marketing? I know we've heard about digital marketing. We are here telling you to get started with digital marketing, create your own digital marketing plan. But basically, what is digital marketing? Before you even decide to get into it and get started with it, you need to understand what it is. So we're going to see what digital marketing is, then how do you create your own digital marketing plan? Okay, so you've got an understanding of what digital marketing is. You've gotten some bit of interest, and then you're like, you know what, how do I get started with creating, how do I get started with digital marketing? So you need to have a plan, and you're going to see the things that you're going to look out, the components that you're going to look out with to look at within and around your business that will make you know what to include in your digital marketing plan. And then the last part is harnessing the power of digital advertising, right? So you want to get started with digital advertising. How can you harness that power? How can you leverage on it? How can you manipulate it to ensure that it extremely works for you? Do you understand? So those are the three things that we're going to cover today. But before we start, I think this has been mentioned in the previous classes, or I mean, it's been said all the time. And what I'm saying right now is just a reiteration, but you need to take note. So we have the Google Hustle Academy that we've partnered with Google for. It's a 1 week long boot camp. It usually runs from Monday to Friday, and it's very, very intense. If there's a point in life where you get to learn free, you freely learn about, you want to learn how to pitch your business. So how do you get started? What do you include in your pitching deck? You want to get started with digital marketing or content development. What are the tools that you need to manipulate for that? Do you understand? You want to increase your revenue as a business. How do you do? What do you consider? How do you hit the ground running with that? So all these things are covered in the Google Hustle Academy, and it's free. You do not want to miss it. I can guarantee you, if you have to get this kind of information from someplace else, these master classes that other organizations hold or things like that, you'll pay for it. But this one is free, and you get the opportunity to be mentored. So you're paired with a mentor who helps, works with you through the journey of entrepreneurship. You need help with something, you always have someone to reach out to for help. Okay, so make sure you sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. Amarachi will drop the link in the chat section. Copy it, paste it on your browser. You look at it after this session so that you don't miss some things as we move along. All right. So since I saw most of us are business owners, apart from what was her name, I've forgotten. She says she's a student. Either way, you might be a student or you're probably doing one or two small things. How do you engage with your customers currently? I personally don't have a business, all right? So I can't tell you how I engage with my customers, okay? So you people with businesses, entrepreneurs, I don't know how big your businesses are either way, but how do you engage with your clients? How do you engage with your clients? Min Gloria, we're into the manufacture and sales of hair growth products for natural hair and palmed hair. My hair is stunted. I need some help with that. Gloria. Okay. So when is the Google Hustle Academy bootcamp starting? Actually, so it usually happens. We like skip some weeks. So last week we had a cohort that was trained, then probably in 2 or 3 weeks, and then after another 3 weeks, like that. All right. So it's something continuous. It's not like it starts and ends like forever. It's continuous. So um you might miss probably the one that's coming, but if you don't fail to apply, if you apply and you're consistent, you might be called for the next cohort. Okay. Awiti via social media. So I'm starting to get responses. I'm starting to get responses. How do you engage with your customers? So Awiti says via social media, Afiba by word of mouth and social media. Gloria, sure, we can help you. We'll link up. Thank you so much, Gloria. Heather, I have a WhatsApp broadcast group for my clients. That's really nice. Okay. Who else? Who else? Who else? How do you engage with your customers currently? I have responses from Awiti, Afiba, and Heather only, but we are almost 20 people in the call. So how? Yes, thank you, Adzipa. As a startup, I mostly engage with customers through WhatsApp status and Instagram. So this WhatsApp, have you tried WhatsApp business or it's the normal WhatsApp that you're using? Oladipo, I use WhatsApp for awareness. So I think it's the same question that I'll ask you also, Oladipo. Are you using the normal WhatsApp or are you using WhatsApp business? Who else? Who else? I only have 5 people with responses. If you don't have a response, there's no wrong or right answer. In fact, in my classes, if you don't understand or if you don't know, you just say, you know what, Beryl, I don't know. That is also a response. So it lets me know where we all stand as an audience. Okay. Chidiebube, I engage with my clients through Twitter, WhatsApp status, and DMs sometimes. Ethel, I use WhatsApp business and Instagram. Thank you, Ethel. That's very specific. And then at Zipa, she uses normal WhatsApp and the WhatsApp business. And then current update on your social media platforms. Okay. So all of those are very good responses. Thank you for those. And that basically takes us to what we're going to cover in today's session. So a small activity, a small icebreaker to ensure that you're concentrating in class. All right. So remember the 3 agendas that we said we are going to cover. The first thing was to get an understanding of what digital marketing is. So my second question to you is, what is digital marketing? What do you understand by the term digital marketing? What do you understand by the term digital marketing? Okay. Emily uses WhatsApp Business. Correct. WhatsApp Business has a lot of features that, as a business, you can try and leverage on. You can decide to have a catalog and list your products if you're the product. Even if you're in the service industry, you can always find a way in which you can position on package your whatever you're dealing with as part of the catalog. You can color code your clients. If they're clients you've already sold to, you can color code them as green. If you're waiting for response for others, you can color code them as yellow. If there are others that are waiting delivery, you can color code them as purple. So it lets you know where you're standing with your clients. Okay. So really, there's a lot of features with WhatsApp Business that you can leverage on. You can sync it with your Facebook page, so that when people come to your Facebook page, when they click on that number, it directly brings them to your WhatsApp. They don't have to copy it, type it out. You understand? So they can click on it from Facebook and they immediately redirected to your WhatsApp. So it basically helps with the engagement as well. Chidiebube also says advertising via visual. I think that's a response to what I'm asking right now. So thank you. Lydia says the sale of products and services with the use of digital media. Afiba, the art of selling your product or services via new media. So, like I said, no wrong or right answers. And actually, I like the answers that have come in right now because they basically encompass what digital marketing is. It's just that we've all used different languages, but we all mean the same thing. Do you get? So we're going to look at the introduction to digital marketing. Digital marketing is basically the promotion of products of brands using electronic devices or media. All right. You can decide. You can decide to do videos. You can decide to do apps, electronic billboards. Right now we have electronic billboards. All right. Instant messaging, digital television, all those things, text messaging, and digital marketing. There's several channels of digital marketing, and I think this will be covered in the next session. But maybe just to touch a few, if I don't know if you've heard of the search engine marketing, social media marketing, content marketing, display marketing, email marketing. It's a very, very wide it's a very wide topic. All right. So if I say digital marketing, it's not just social media. Okay. And we're going to learn all all the components of that. And it's usually very important to look at facts, and that just that give you data and give you statistics from previous cases. Has it worked out for other people? Why do I need to decide to get onto digital marketing? Why is it so important to get into digital marketing? So at the moment, there's a huge digital and transformation, and I think this spiked up, especially after COVID. So post COVID, we had more and more people understand the importance of taking their businesses digital, because you remember there was a lot of lockdowns in a lot of countries. And if you are a business that mainly focused on in-person interaction with your business, most businesses that had in-person interaction took a really, really big hit. Okay. So they understood how they can take the shift, or rather hop onto the shift of digital marketing and make it work for them. Okay. So right now, if you're looking at the numbers, we have 747 million SIM connections in sub-Saharan Africa. So that means there are people with mobile phones. 747 million SIM connections in sub-Saharan Africa. And then in South Africa, 91% of the entire population of South Africans own mobile phones. And then if you're going to look at Kenya and Nigeria, so just look at the population of Kenya, all right? Or look at the population of Nigeria, because Nigeria is closer to home. 80% of the population own mobile phones, all right? It's probably not smartphones, but it's mobile phones. All right. So, like I said, there's also text messaging, all those things. All right. It just gives you a view of how much you can do with this information. And then 65% of active mobile phone users in Nigeria have shopped online. So we have more and more businesses getting into e-commerce, more and more businesses, even besides e-commerce, will probably decide to do social sales. And we have most people now interacting or reaching out to businesses from the online space. Okay. So in Nigeria alone, out of these 80% that own mobile phones, 65% have shopped online. So just imagine the amount of people you get to reach when you decide to take your business online. So what opportunities might arise from connecting with customers online? What are the opportunities that might arise from connecting with customers online? There are three things majorly. Of course, there are other things, but we're just going to summarize them into these three things. The first thing is increased reach. You're able to reach a wider variety of people, wider scope of people, far beyond where you're located. You're in Accra, okay? You get to sell far beyond Accra in the different cities in Ghana, all right? And then you get to learn about your customers from analytics, from how they, if it's Facebook analytics, if it's your website analytics, Twitter analytics, LinkedIn analytics, all these platforms can give you data, can give you insights about who your audience is, how they are behaving, what are their pain points, what devices are they using, what times do they normally come online, what posts do they normally engage with. So you learn a lot about your clients, and you're able to communicate and support them. You can talk to them, right? You get to support them. They have an issue, they reach out to you via online. You respond to them. So there's also you improved customer service. there's an aspect of improved customer service. All right. So remember the channels of digital marketing. Like I said, digital marketing is very, very diverse. All right. It's just not getting into social media. All right. So there are 6 channels to digital marketing. There's search engine optimization, and we're going to look at this in depth in the next few slides. Search engine optimization, search engine marketing, social media marketing, display marketing, email marketing, and content marketing. And I hope you're taking notes or you're taking screenshots. All right. So these are the 6 channels of digital marketing. And what is search engine optimization? All right. You want to get started with search engine marketization. You've decided, you know what, I want to get into digital marketing. But what is search engine optimization? You need to understand all these things. All right. Remember the first agenda we were to cover? Introduction to digital marketing. So we are still on introduction. We haven't even gotten to, putting our hands dirty with building our digital marketing plan. So search engine optimization is optimizing your website so that it often shows in search engine results. So when you optimize your website, so assuming you go to the Google search and you decide to search for, maybe you want seafood. You've decided, you know what, my taste buds today don't feel like gari, or they don't feel like fufu or jollof. I just want I feel like seafood today. I feel like oysters, I feel like crabs. So, but I don't know the restaurants around me that sell seafood. I can decide to go online and search seafood restaurants around me. So, assuming you're in Ghana, let me say seafood restaurants in Ghana, and then there will be a pop-up of, if the seafood restaurants around you, there'll be results on the there'll be results on the search engine results page. Okay, so when you're clicking on them, there are people who normally we click on the first result, second results. We normally don't go to the results down here. So most for the results that come at the top, that their listing appears at the top, it's either they've decided to do search engine marketing or their websites are really well optimized. Okay, so if you're not doing paid marketing on your website and your listing appears at the top, it means your website is well optimized. So this basically, I'm just trying to give you the gist of search engine optimization and what it's about. So when you optimize your website, you increase your chances you increase the chances of improving in rank on the search engine results page. Okay, and then the search engine marketing, when you pay to appear on the search engines. All right. So you're running Google ads. If you know what Google ads is, you're running Google ads on your site. You're paying to appear on the top of the listings. Okay, and it's very instant, and we're going to look at the difference between the two. Then the social media marketing, I think we are savvy with this one. Most of us are savvy with this one, right? So using social media, you can decide to gain traffic. You want to make social sales, you want to have more people following you. So there's social media marketing, and then there's display marketing. This is online advertising. It appears in different forms. So you decide to do online advertising, but now with display marketing, your ad appears across different websites on the internet. All right. So if you've been reading these blogs, if you've been reading blogs, sometimes you'll open the blog page. Maybe there's a certain blogger who really writes, controversial things. So especially these very well-known bloggers, because they also have to monetize their pages. So you might go to their pages and you see that there's some ads running on it. All right. So mostly those are display ads. So this is not the website of that brand or that business, but their ad is appearing on these different sites. All right. So that's what we call display marketing. And then there's email marketing. So you decide, you know what, I think I'll be collecting email addresses from my potential clients, and then I'll be sending out to them. I'll be sending out emails to them once in a while. Email marketing, you need to note, is very good with retargeted marketing. Okay. And then there's content marketing. There's the blogs, the videos, the guides, the infographics. That is what we term as content marketing. Okay. I hope you're all on the same page. Let me just come back and see if I've lost anyone. I hope you're all on the same page. Do I have any questions? Do I have any questions? Lydia, Afiba. All right. I have no questions. What are my questions? Where are my questions? So, like I said, um, in this, Awiti says you're on the same page. Thank you so much for that. So, if you have no question, you can also indicate no question. It's better than silence, so that I know we are ready to move on to the next part of this session. So now we are going to look at how you can build your own digital marketing plan. You've understood what digital marketing is, all right? So selling via, electronic devices on the internet. We've looked at the 6 channels. There's search engine optimization, search engine marketing, content marketing, social media marketing, display marketing, and email marketing, right? So now we want to build our own digital marketing plan. So what do I need to look? I mean, what do I need to consider? What do I need to look at? Those things, how do I even start with building? All right. What are the components of a digital marketing plan? All right. Thank you, Chidie Bube. Afiba also says no questions. Awesome. That's good. At least I know you're on the same page. Heather says we are on the same page, please. Thank you so much. Right, so we'll move on to the next part of our session. Let me just go back to ensure that I have no questions. Emily, no questions. That's nice. Thank you so much, Emily, for that. So we'll move on to the next part of our session, which is building your digital marketing plan. All right. So there are 6 steps to take notes when you want to get started with building your digital marketing plan. The first thing you need to understand is your goals and objectives. So I'm just taking you back. Remember to also take screenshots. Remember to take notes. All right. You don't want to miss any step. All right. So we have the first step. There's business goals and objectives. What do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve? All right. Do you want to get more sales? If you have a website, do you want people to visit your website? If you're on social media, do you want people to just follow your page? Because that can also be a goal. All right. Do you want people to follow your page? Do you want repeat customers to your business? So these are people who, converted with you before, but you want them to be always coming back. So what do you want? And goals and objectives are unique to every business. My business goals and objectives might not be the same as Afiba's goals and objectives, might not be the same as Emily's. All right. And the next thing you need to understand your budget and resources. What resources do I have in place that can make me decide on the different channels? So remember, this takes us back to the different channels, right? So what resources do I have in place? Do I have a budget? If I want to, I feel like I should be doing paid advertising. I feel like I should be doing search engine marketing, which basically means I need to have some bit of money. Do I have the budget for that? So when I'm looking at my budget, I also don't want to strain myself. Actually, that's the importance of having a budget. You plan your finances. You are not overspending, all right? And you're probably also not underspending. So you're within your range. And then you need to understand your audience. Who are your audience? Remember, we said with the advantages of digital marketing, you get to learn more about your audience. So you need to understand your audience before you start with your digital marketing. You need to consider them. Who are your audience? Who are you targeting? All right. Where are they located? What are their challenges? Challenges should be in bold, because you want to position your business as a solution to that challenge. Do you get? What channels do I settle on, or settle with rather? So there are 6 channels. You've already understood this is what I want. This is the budget. This is the money that I have. And then these are my audience. So which channels can I settle? I mean, which one? Which one can I choose? It's very unlikely that you will pick all the 6 channels. All right. So you also don't want to overdo it. All right. So you need to look at the channels that will work best for you, all right, and that you have the resources for, and put much of your effort on that. All right, so you need to decide your channels, and then you start planning your activity. So you've decided on the channels, you know your audience, you know how you can position yourself, you know how you can reach out to them, you know how you can get them to convert with you, you know where you're going. That is your goals and objectives. All right. So how do I put this all together? It's like you have a yarn. All right. What design can I, you want to sew maybe a sweater or a throw blanket. So what design do I want this time around? You need to have a plan, and then obviously measure to see if it's working out for you or not working out for you. Do you get? If it's working out for you, then kudos to you. I can keep going with this. I just need to do a few tweaks here and there. If it's not working out for me, what can I do better? All right. And we're going to, like I said, we're going to look at each component deeply, and we're going to give examples so that at least you can have, you can relate with all these components. All right. So, for example, just to get a better understanding of goals and objectives, we have Mondi. Mondi is a hairdresser. All right. And Mondi understands her business goals are to get more customers through her door. So she wants new customers, obviously. She wants to acquire new customers, and she wants to retain her old customers, right? And make more people in her area know about the existence of her business. So assuming Monday is my hairdresser, I used to plait my hair a long time ago, all right? So Monday decides I need people like Beryl to come back to me. So they decided to go and shave their hair, right? But I need them to come back to me. So how do I get, Beryl to come back to me, and have probably Beryl's sister also come to my business? All right. So that's Monday's goals, to get new customers and to retain their old customers. So they already know what they want to achieve. So these are examples of online objectives. You can have a business goal, but you need to ensure that you tweak it to fit onto the online space, right? Because you can't, I want more people to know about me. It's fine, you want more people to know about you. But if you decide to tweak this to depict an online objective, a virtual objective for your social media page, you need to understand the features of each and how you can basically redress this. All right. So it could be you need traffic to your website. So you need more people to know about the existence of your business. The more people come to your website, the more people know about you. So if your goal was, I need more people to know about the existence of my business, like Mondi, all right? And quote in quote, assuming Mondi has a website, he can decide his online or how online objectives to be increase traffic to my website. So the more people obviously come to the website, the more people know about the business. And then to increase online sales. The other thing on how you can, maybe frame your online objective, you might want to get social media likes and follows. So I need more people to follow my page. I need more people to like my page, which usually also helps. So can you imagine you want to maybe purchase with the business, and then you go to their social media page, you see they have like 50 followers. You'll even start questioning that page. You'll be like, this page, 50 followers. And when was it opened? It was opened in 2017. No, even 2014. And they only have 50 followers. I don't think this is legit. So you can also decide to get social media page and likes, and then increase your online reach and awareness. So basically, these are examples of online objectives that you can have. All right. So just ensure you understand your business goal and objective, and then see how you can relate that to social media objectives, or online objectives rather. All right. So which basically brings us to the next slide. So your business goal might be you want to make more people aware that you exist. So obviously you need to increase your online reach and awareness. So you understand, with my social media pages, with my website, my objectives for having this is to increase online reach and awareness. All right. And then I want to sell more products. So if I have a website, I can decide, I want website sales. I need to get this website working for me. So you can decide either to do an e-commerce. You can decide to go the e-commerce way, right? Then get found by more people. So you need to increase your social media likes and follows, all right? and then you need to get more returning customers. Obviously, you need more and more people getting to your website. So that is how you relate your business goals to your online objectives. It's very important to have that understanding. So I read somewhere, one of us said they're a social media manager. So you might probably get a client, and the client wants you to manage their social media pages. So first of all, you need to tell them, of course, it's not, you need to tell them first of all, I need to understand what you want to achieve, because this also gives you an understanding on the kind of content that you can share on their pages. All right. So you need to tell them, so just give me a brief. What are your business goals? What do you want to achieve? Right? You want me to manage your profile, but what do you want me to do? Do you want to make sales? Do you want awareness? Do you want your level of engagement to increase? I need to understand that before I take on this role. All right. I mean, it's the same thing with even going to interviews right now. You need to understand the expectations of your employer to know whether you will take that job or not. Do you get? The next thing is budget and resource. Remember, we are looking at the components of a digital marketing plan. So we've looked at the goal and the objectives. Right now, we are on two: business, budget, and resource. So we go back to Mondi. Mondi wants new and return customers, and then wants more people aware of their business. But she does not have the money for building a professional website. She doesn't have a website yet, and it's too much of an investment right now. So Mondi knows that if they have to hire a professional web developer, it's going to cost them, and they don't have money for that, right? So we already know that's out of the question. So we need to look at ways that will not cost Mondi money. And obviously, this will basically take us to social media pages, and if there's any other thing that they can leverage on in terms of digital. So the next thing Mondi looks at is their audience. Mondi's audience are mostly females in her local area. So assuming they're in Ghana and Accra. So these are females or a small town within maybe a small area within Accra. All right. So Mondi targets females mainly in her local area and her most valuable customers. So she's looked at, she knows her customers. If she's been in existence for years, she obviously knows the demography of her clients. So her most valuable customers are females above 30 years old, and they have children and work part-time. And most of them use Facebook. All right. So females above the age of 30, they have children and they work part-time, and most of them use Facebook. All right. So going back to budget and resource, obviously does not have a website, and her clients mostly use Facebook. So Mondi can decide, you know what, let me leverage on Facebook first before I decide on other things. Do you get? So all these things build upon each other. All these things build upon each other. All right. Then the marketing channels. So this takes us back to, you remember the first thing, the first topic we covered about the 6 channels. So what channels can Mondi work with? All right. So we go to channels. The online objectives. If your online objective is to increase reach and awareness, you just want people to know, to be aware of your business for brand visibility, you can decide on display marketing. So display marketing, remember we said is you decide to run ads across different websites across the internet, on different websites across the internet, right? So more and more people just know about the existence of this business. You know what? I saw Emily's, if it's Emily's Organics, I saw Emily's Organics ad on, Beryl's blog website or on this and this, so it's basically awareness. So you can also achieve awareness through social media and through content marketing. Remember, content marketing encompasses guides, infographics, blogs. So you can decide to be sharing blogs about industry news. You can be a thought leader. So more people just know about, it basically spikes the awareness of people around you. And then if you want to make website sales, you can decide on search engine marketing. Remember, we said search engine marketing is when you pay to appear on the first ranking in the search engine. Okay. So this is not social media. This is text. This is basically the other side of digital. So when you decide to run Google ads, that is search engine marketing. And then search engine optimization, we said, is optimizing your website to improve your ranking in the search engine. And then there's also email marketing. All right. So if your online objective is website sales, you can decide on these three channels. And then if you want to increase traffic to your website, it's the same thing: search engine marketing, search engine optimization, and email marketing. Do you get? So you can see, related to website mostly takes you to these three components: search engine marketing, optimization, and search and email marketing. Then if you want to improve your customer loyalty, you can decide on email marketing, content marketing, and social media. All right. So this is just a guide for you to get an understanding of, this is my online objective. What are the best channels that I can use? Okay. And then planning your activity. So you've understood your audience. I mean, you've understood your goals and objectives. You've looked at goals, objectives. So in this case, we were talking about Monday, getting new and return customers and more people aware of their business. Then there was the budget. She doesn't have a budget for a website. Then the audience: 30-year-old female in a local area, has works pastime, has children, mostly uses Facebook, right? And then the different channels available depending on the objective that they have. So planning your activity, right? So remember, Mondi say they don't have a website. So there's something called the Google Business Profile. I think this was, I'm not sure if you've gone through this. But there's a topic for this actually. So make sure you don't miss the next classes. There's a topic specifically designed to talk about the Google Business Profile. Then the advantage of setting up an account with the Google Business Profile, you get a free website. Can you imagine? You don't even have to get a website developer. So you get a free website. When you're building your profile, there are templates that are ready for you. You can customize them with your brand theme, your brand colors. You get a free website. All you have to do is purchase a domain, which costs around $4 only. All right. And if you decide to go the web developer way, obviously you'll have to pay for. You'll have to pay probably. I don't want to say an arm and a leg, because it's not an arm and a leg, but more to get the website. But with the Google Business Profile, you get a free website. Amarachi will post the link to this in the chat section, so make sure you copy it and you can get started with building your own profile. So besides this, you can also use wix.com to come up with your own website, or Google sites. So you can also use wix.com or Google sites to come up with your own website. So you can see Mondi has different options. If they can decide to create their own website on wix.com, they can decide to go to Google sites. Or the advantage of the Google Business Profile, even besides getting the free website, you still get to enhance your visibility on search and maps with the Google Business Profile. So you get two in one, right? It's like buy one, get one free, just not buying in this case. So it's get one free. Yeah, something like that. So Mondi, that's something Mondi can consider. The other thing is setting up their Facebook page. So remember, most of her clients are on Facebook. So she can decide to creating a page, have people post, on her page. So Beryl decides to go back to Mondi. Then she does a really nice style on my hair. I take photos and post it and tag them. They can repost on their pages. I can go to their pages. I can even go to their Google Business Profile and drop reviews. So the best thing with the Google Business Profile, even your clients can drop reviews for you. And then they can also be posting content if they have new styles. Post content. You have to be consistent with posting your content. All right. And then you can also get started with Facebook advertising. The best thing with digital marketing, it's dependent on the budget that you have. So you can decide to run ads with the money that you have. If it's $50, if it's $40, how much do you have? How long do you want to run the ad? You get. So yeah, you can also decide on Facebook advertising. So you need to measure whether it's working out for you or not. You need to understand whether all these things, your plan is working out for you or not. All right. So this takes us to having the SMART, considering the SMART criteria when structuring our objective. So it basically helps us to measure the performance of our activities. So with the SMART criteria, we have to understand what SMART means. S is for specific and simple. Your goals need to be specific. They need to be simple. They need to be measurable. You need to be able to measure them. After 1 month, after 2 months, I wanted to achieve this and this. Can I measure that after the first month, after the second month, after the third month? Right? And they need to be achievable. You need to set goals that you're able to achieve. I know we all want to grow, we all want to have our businesses flourish, but don't go ahead of yourself. All right. So set small goals that are achievable. They will build upon each other. All right. And over time, obviously, if it's working out for you, you'll grow. And they also need to be realistic with who your audience are, their purchasing power, the market around you, and they need to have a timeline. I need to get a 10% increase by the end of the month. I need to get a 10% increase in revenue at the end of the month. So you need to have a timeline, right? So also an example of how you can curate your objectives to SMART objectives. So assuming you had an objective, your online objective was to increase online sales. So just to ensure that you're able to measure this objective at the end of the first, second, third, or whatever month, you can decide, I want to increase my online sales by 20% within the first 3 months. So you can see I am able to measure it. It makes sense. Within month 1, I will be able to know how many sales have I made from the online space. All right. Month 2, month 3, what do I have remaining? What can I do better to ensure that I reach my 20% mark? The other one is to increase brand awareness. You can decide to increase your brand awareness on Facebook by growing our audience with new people by 40%. So I'm able to know 40% by the end of, if it's 6 months, if it's 1 year, I'm able to, after that time, maybe 6 months, I can look back and say, this is where I started before month 6. I set this goal maybe in January. We're in month 6. Have I achieved it? All right. Am I at 60% increase in audience? All right. So that is how you curate your SMART objectives. So on the business goal, when you're coming up with the digital market plan, we talked about your business goal. We talked about your audience, all right? So looking at Mondi's case, we understood that her audience are mainly in her local area, right? And she wants more people to come through her door. Then females above the age of 30 working part-time, they're past customers, they use Facebook a lot, so they can decide on this takes us to the channel now, local SEO, which is the Google Business Profile. It's mostly known as the local SEO, all right? So there's Google Business Profile is the local SEO, and then Facebook, because most of their clients are on Facebook. And then the activity. So they can decide to build a website, all right, whether they want to build on their own. They don't have a budget to get a professionally done website. You remember, Mondi doesn't have a budget. So they can decide on building the website and build visibility on Google, or decide on Facebook advertising, all right? And then their online objectives. So they they tweaked their business goal to an online objective, and further tweak this into a SMART objective. Do you understand? So they are able to know, I want to increase Facebook page likes from new people by 50% within the next month. So next month, they will look at the people who followed them, and they're like, is it 50%? Have we hit the 50% mark? And then increase bookings from past customers by 20% in the next quarter. So they need to do a lot of retargeting, all right? They need to do a lot of reaching out to their previous customers. Do you understand? So do I have any questions? Any questions? Have I missed anything? No questions, no questions. Thank you. We're on the same page, no question. So also remember to fill in the attendance form. Thank you, Amarachi. Amarachi has just dropped it in the chat section. So it helps with us knowing the names you want to appear on your certificate. So make sure you fill in the attendance form with the correct name as you want it to appear on your certificate. Okay. So do I have any questions? I'll take a minute to see and pick any questions. I'll take a minute or less than a minute. So as like I said before, if there are no questions, feel free to indicate no questions. It helps me know that we are on the same page. So no questions. Let me just let me know if you have no questions, or if you're ready for us to move to the next part of the session. You can give me a yes or an emoji. All right. No questions. We are all quiet. I'm even wondering if I'm speaking to myself. We're all very quiet. I don't understand why we are very quiet. Awiti. Do you know there's a name? There's a Kenyan name called Awiti. Kenyans are also called Awiti. It's also a Kenyan name. So it's only Awiti. It's only Awiti who's telling me to move on. Or she's speaking on behalf of all of you. Come on, come on. Listening to you. Hi, Charity. Charity says she's listening to me. Yeah. Okay. So just to ensure that I don't take so much of your time as well, Hadija, no questions. Thank you. All right. So we'll move on to the last bit of our session. So remember, please drop your questions as we move along during the last bit. All right. So harnessing the power of digital advertising. How can you make digital advertising work for you? So you want to get started with search engine marketing. All right. Remember, we said search engine marketing is when you decide to run paid ads on your website to ensure that you appear on maybe number one, all right, results in the search engine results page. So color coded here, there's yellow, you can see there's a part circled in yellow, if you can see the pointer on my screen. Then there's blue, marked in blue, then there's green, all right. So we look at what all this means. So this marked in yellow is the search query. This is the term that people use to look for either product or services online. So remember the example that I gave of, seafood restaurants around me. That's a search query, the term that people use to look for either products or services. All right. And then the one marked in blue, so these are advertisements that run paid ads. It could be text ads, it could be shopping ads. All right. So these are people who are running search engine marketing. So you see, you pay to appear number one on the search engine results page. And you remember, most people actually click on these first listings. Most people click on these first listings. All right. And then circled in green, so these are people who are running search engine optimizations on their site. So sorry, remember, if you're running search engine marketing, it means you pay to appear at the top. All right. But with search engine marketing, it's mostly organic. You don't pay, but you need to optimize your website all the time. You need to be consistent with it. So you can see the one that's number one, the best travel compact cameras, circled in green. There's the first one. So it means this person has been running search engine optimization on their website consistently. So if we didn't have anyone running this paid text and shopping ads, if this, the one circled in blue, if they didn't appear here, then this person, the first in green, would be the number one on the search engine results page. So it basically shows you why it's important, because more people click on, the first result. You don't go to the down, the results that are at the bottom of the page, or page one or two. We normally don't do that. So with search engine marketing, you need to understand your customers. You need to understand keywords. So keywords takes you to the search terms. All right. You need to create an ad copy. So how do you want your ad to appear? How do you want your ad to appear? What do you want people to read when they see your ad? If you have a discount that's running, if you have a new product that came in, what is when people look at your ad, the words that appear. So this is search engine marketing. That's your ad copy. So you need to use keywords on your ad copy because it also helps. With search engine marketing, you bid on keywords and then you need to put it all together. So the difference between search engine marketing and search engine optimization, remember I said search engine marketing you pay and search engine optimization is free. With search engine marketing, you bid on keywords. You bid on keywords. So that's why it's also important to do a lot of research on keywords. And then with search engine optimization, you optimize keywords. So with search engine marketing also, you pay. Like if I pay right now, I'm bidding on keywords and I win, I will appear even tomorrow. It usually takes like, I think 24 hours, 12 to 24 hours. I pay to appear, number one, all right? And it's instant. It's instant. But with search engine optimization, it takes a lot of time. So you need to be always working on your website, optimize your keywords on your website, create and share useful content. You also need your website to be user friendly, all right? So when you want to get started with search engine optimization, you need to sign up for Google Search Console, all right? And it's free also. So you can sign up for Google Search Console, submit your content to Google. So when you submit your content to Google, so when you're creating your website, there's an option for that. So you submit your content to Google, and then so what Google does, it crawls your website. So Google crawls your website. So when someone goes online, it crawls your website to get the kind of information that's on your website. Do you get? So when someone makes a search online, if you're dealing with, like the compact cameras example that we looked at, so someone makes a search for high resolution cameras, so Google remember it scrolls your site. So it crawls the internet and it remembers, you know what, there's a site so you remember you submitted your site map to Google. So there's a site that talked about, cameras. They say they deal with cameras and all those things. So it helps to bring your listing as a result to this person who made that search. All right. So that's how search engine marketing works. And that's why it's important to sign up for Google Search Console. Google Search Console also helps you to understand what people do when they come to your website. So I can see the performance of my website. So I can see the keywords that brought people to my website. If they searched for oysters or, they searched for sushi, what did they search for? I can see the keywords that brought them to my website. I can see the page that they visited the most. If they only came to my homepage, if they only came to my contact us page, I am able to know whether my website is working for me or not. Do you understand? And then if there's an issue on your website, there's a page that's not optimizing very well, you get alerts. So it tells you, you know what, there's an issue with this page. So you're also able to get alerts on what you can work on your website. Do you understand? So what you need to do with search engine marketing, you need to have good titles. If it's service titles, whatever you're dealing with, you can put tags behind them that also help with the optimization. Right? So those are heading tags. You can decide to have heading tags. So assuming you're doing seafood, and then under the services page, maybe you have seafood, and then you have African cuisine. So under the seafood tag, you can put tags behind them. You can have tags behind them, could be oysters, could be sushi, could be crabs, so that it helps Google with the crawling. Do you understand? It helps with your optimization as well, right? So with search engine optimization, since you're optimizing your keyword, you need to do a lot of keyword research. You need to publish useful and high quality content. Your content has to resonate with your client's preferences and tastes, and they need to be meaningful. And your web pages have to be friendly. Most people don't like to go to complicated websites. If I come to your website and it's so complex to maneuver, honestly, I will not take the time to do it. So you need to make your web pages very friendly. We talked about display ads, and we said display ads when you decide to do display advertising is when you're running ads on different websites across the internet. That's what you say display advertising is. And what is so we've looked at the difference between search advertising and search engine optimization. So what again is the difference between display ads and search advertising? So such advertising is usually focused around matching ads to user queries. So you remember we gave an example. I make a search and then I paid to appear on the top. So already there are keywords that I bid on keywords, right? So it helps with that. So matching ads with user queries, and display advertising is focused on serving ads across different websites, not necessarily in the search engine, right? And with displays, you can use creatives, you can use flyers, you can use banner ads, you can use pop-up ads. It's very diverse. And then search engine advertising is good for generating sales. You want to make website sales, it's good for generating sales. But display advertising, you're looking at brand awareness, you're looking at having people visit your site more, so they click on your ad, you bring people to your website. So that's the difference between. And the four things that you need to consider is, it's just like in search engine marketing and search engine optimization. You need to understand your customers. Who are your customers? Then where do you want to place your ads? How do you want your ad creative to look like? And then put it all together. All right. So there was also social advertising. You want to get started with Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, whichever platform. But remember, before you decide on the platform, you need to know where your audience are. If my audience are on Facebook and Instagram, then there's no point in focusing my energy on Twitter or LinkedIn, right? If my audience is mostly on YouTube, I don't need to focus my energy on Snapchat. All right. So there's also social advertising. You can do paid social advertising. You can do, the normal social media marketing. All right. So why should we use social advertising? Why do you think we should use social advertising? Um, I think this also takes us to the difference between organic and paid social media. You need to understand. You want to get started with, you want to do paid ads or you want to do organic ads. So organic is free, all right? So people view, click, whatever action they make on your site is free. But with paid, with paid, you pay for views, you pay for people to view your post, to click on your post, whatever action they make on your post, right? You pay. And then with organic social media, your content appears on your business profile and on people's feeds. But with paid social media, it appears in more places, all right? With organic, also, you get to reach followers and your friends, but with paid, you reach a wider variety of people. So remember, with paid, if I made a search previously, maybe I was searching for the compact cameras and I didn't get whatever I was looking for. And then you have a Facebook page and you decide to do paid advertising and you're dealing with compact cameras. Highly likely your ad will appear on my page because for my digital footprints, I had shown interest. All right. So you get to your ad reaches people who are not even your followers. All right. And it's the same thing to consider, like in all the other channels. You need to understand your objective. You need to know your audience. What do you want your ad creative to look like? What is the copy on your ad? And then what is your budget? And then what is your budget? How much do you have to run the ads? All right. So let me see. Sandra, no ether, but you can always come back to watch the video. Yes. So if you're sorry that you lagged behind Oladipo, you can use the same link to get the recording to this session. All right. So please make sure that you save the link. You can always get the recording after the session. So this also takes me back to, you remember when we started the session, I talked about the Google Hustle Academy. Remember to sign up for the boot camp. The link will be dropped in the chat section. Make sure you sign up for the bootcamp. There's a lot you get to learn. And if you want to also self-learn, you feel like you still need some bit of information on digital marketing, you can go to learndigital.withgoogle.com and get started with, learning on your own, just at the comfort of your home. So long as you have your phone and the internet, you can learn. Also, remember to follow us on our Facebook pages, digitalskillsforafrica.com, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You can also follow us, Impact Hub, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So I think that's it for today's class. Do I have a question? Do I have a question to make your screen clearer? No. All right. So I'll see you next time. I've taken 5 minutes of your session, but I hope we all had a good session. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you so much and bye. Enjoy your evening. Today's screen was not clear. Oh, I'm so sorry for that, Hadija. I'm so